What's good, y'all? Here to drop a video for y'all real quick. Been out here enjoying my day. It's actually been a nice day today. I thought it was gonna storm earlier, but maybe later on tonight. Y'all know how I feel about storms. I love storms. They are therapeutic to me for some reason. But anyway, I wanted to first give a shout out to my niece Camry Thomas. Shouting out her brand Hooked by K LLC. I call her the crochet queen type shit. You feel me? You hit her up, go to her website, tell her what you want. She got slides for your feet. She got shoes for your baby's feet. She has like the infant attire, you know, when your baby come out and y'all do the little photo shoot and all that shit. I'm gonna make sure, you know, when it's time for me to start my family, I will be hitting her up for my baby's photo shoot. But yeah, she got the keychains or the flower pots that hang around the mirror and stuff in your car, and sweaters and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just hit her up, place your order. She's really professional, and she never fails. Like, but you gotta go ahead and place your order because she be busy. You know what I'm saying? She got a list of people waiting on orders. You know, hurry up and order, place your order, get in line. Make sure y'all order y'all something, tell her what color, size, and all that. Like, she'll get y'all together real quick. But today, I wanted to speak on, I'm gonna title this video, Sometimes It Comes in Pieces. Sometimes it comes in pieces. Y'all like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about your blessing and or manifestation. Sometimes your blessing and or manifestation comes in pieces. It's a good feeling to receive something that you ask for. You know, we all pray and manifest things and ask the universe to grant us things. Don't get me wrong, it's a good thing when you receive that thing whole. You know what I'm saying? But there's something about receiving something in pieces, right? A lot of times when we ask for things, we all have this vision in our heads, right, of what we feel like it looks like, or you know, how we expect it to come. And honestly, a lot of times it's not always like that. I can honestly say for myself, my personal experiences, a lot of my blessings and things, the picture that I had at the time I asked for it, it didn't come the way I seen it. Not saying that it can't, but for the most part, when you ask for something, when you're trying to manifest something, the universe is focused on mostly the need of that thing. You know, it's focused on your need of something, and it grants you that need of something. You know, if you really need a car, you just really need to have this house, or you know what I'm saying, like. But sometimes it comes in pieces, and a lot of people out here, you know, you have some people who receive something, you know, people that talk about they really want something, but they mishandle it. They mishandle it, or when they actually get it, they don't take care of it. You know, you have to learn to maintain what you're asking for. It's more to it than just getting it. Now you have to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you have a car. You got a car, you got the car that you finally wanted. Now you got to make sure you keep up on the maintenance. You got to make sure you keep up on the oil changes and the tune-ups and all that shit. Because one day you'll go outside, going to work or going wherever, and the car won't start up. That's because you failed to maintain it. You know, you got to keep gas in it and all that shit. And that's the same for anything that we obtain in life. You have to maintain it after you obtain it. But something about when you have to put in blood, sweat, and tears for something, you tend to cherish it more. You know what I'm saying? Because you actually had to put in the work. You actually had to put in the work. You had to figure some things out. And so you tend to cherish that a bit more than you receive something that's already whole. I remember I had to change my mindset on that. And I had to realize how ungrateful I was being. Because when I would ask for something, like when I would pray or manifest for things, I would get it, right? But because it didn't come the way I expected it to, there was still some type of ungratefulness about me. And then later on, as time went on and I was asking for things, I was wondering why, you know, my blessing or my manifestation was being held back. Why I wasn't receiving it when I wanted to receive it. because you do have that power. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, man, why am I not getting this? And one day it had it dawn on me, like, because, bitch, you're not being grateful for what was already given to you. You ask for something, you get it, but then you still find something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like relationships. You know, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Everybody's relationship is not perfect. That's why I focus on my own relationship goals. You admire people shit. You know, they post cute pictures and shit, and you be like, oh, they cute. But hell, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So, it's something about even the argument, even the disagreement that will bring you closer to that person. It is not that it's not the disagreement that you go through with that person, or the argument. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody like to do that. But whole time, it's the work that you guys decide to both put into that situation to fix it. Whatever the conflict is, it's the work that you put into it. It's the times where you don't give up. It's the times where, you know, you still have the willingness to go hard, to forgive, and, you know, do all of those things. It actually makes your bond tighter. You know what I'm saying? It draws you closer to that person. It makes your love stronger for that person. And it's the same way with your blessing. For something else, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it comes in pieces. And you got to understand that with each piece that you put together, there's a lesson in that. Yeah, you might cherish something because you get it whole, but you'll also cherish it more if you had to read the instruction manual. You see what I'm saying? And it can be difficult. Like, when you're not good at measurements and, you know, you really don't know what the damn tool is. All you know is a screwdriver and the damn, you know, a wrench and all that shit like that. You have to read the instruction manual. And then sometimes when you read the instruction manual, you like, damn, I don't. So you're looking at all the screws and the pieces, and you trying to match it with the picture, because when you have the instruction manual, you'll have the instructions, and then it will also give you a display. Like, it'll show you pictures of what it is that you're talking about, what they're talking about that you have to put together. So here you are trying to look at all the pieces, and you like, damn, is this the piece yep, that's the piece they talking about. You know what I'm saying? But although during that process it's a headache, there is joy. There is a feeling of accomplishment once you put it together. And you tend to cherish it more, because you like, I went through all this hell and hot water to actually get this shit together. I had to put this piece together and put this piece together. Then I had to, hell, sometimes you might need to go to the store and grab an extra tool because you ain't got what they asked you to, you know, what they told you need to put it together. And that's important. Sometimes your manifestation, your blessing comes with step-by-step instructions. It's just like when you baking a cake or something. You know what I'm saying? You have a recipe, and the recipe might also display a picture of what it would look like when it's done, and it gives step-by-step instructions. Measurements, it gives you an exact measurement. It tells you what temperature to put the shit on and all that shit. And sometimes people tend to try to substitute. Sometimes you can, but a lot of times the instruction is there for a reason. So sometimes when you're just being too lazy and shit, and you try to substitute, when you get done making whatever it is that you're making, and you try to compare it to the picture that's on there, you be disappointed. Because it was one step that you failed to do exactly what it said to do. And now your finished product looks like that. So you got to understand that, and it's not intentional. You know, it's not intentional that you may feel disappointed in what you receive and how it comes to you. Because I just feel like, me personally, I just feel like it's natural for us to just have this picture in our head of what we ask for, what we manifest, what we're praying for. But I'm just here to tell you to understand. I'm just here to tell you that you need to understand that it is an act of being ungrateful. It's an act of being ungrateful. Because now the universe like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You asked for this and I gave it to you. And that's why I say a lot of times when you ask for something, the answer is not necessarily no, but not yet. Because God in the universe is watching you. And it's not just watching you, but it goes off the intention of your heart. And a lot of times we tell ourselves all the time that we're ready for something. Or you want something so bad. But sometimes when it's granted to us, then we just don't know what the fuck to do with it. Sometimes you have to put in work. That's why they say faith without works is dead. Yeah, you can get, you know, you can obtain whatever you want in life. But honestly, a lot of the things that we want in life comes with work. The shit don't just grow on trees or drop out the sky. There's a step-by-step process for damn near everything we want to obtain. Whether it's you working on your credit, whether it's you picking up overtime to make some more money, or you maybe having to work a second or third job. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice, you know, going out having fun on the weekends and, you know, working extra hours. Life is like that. And if you really think about it, if everything was just handed to you exactly how you want it, like there would be no true appreciation for it. Because you didn't work for it. You didn't have to do anything for it. So you're not going to really appreciate it. Yeah, you're going to be excited. And you know how that initial feeling is when you get something. You'll feel that. But you won't appreciate it as much as you would if you had to build it. If you had to put in some work to get the finished product. So I personally had to learn myself. And once I learned this, a lot of doors opened up for me. And I had to humble myself and like, look, you know, you're going to get what you asked for. But sometimes you have to put in the work. And so once I got that lesson, and you will know, once you get that lesson, you will receive certain things. You'll receive certain manifestations and blessings. But then you'll realize, you'll see like, okay, this came whole. Okay, this one is coming. I'm going to have to put some work in on it. But you're going to be okay with it. Because if you think about it, if you weren't able to do it, it wouldn't have been given to you that way. It's just about you being willing to do it. It's just about you, you know, not being lazy. It's okay sometimes to get your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. So think about that next time when you ask for a manifestation to come through, or you pray or you meditate for something to come through. Understand that it may come whole, or you may have to put in some work for it. But understand that if you have to put in work for it, it's going to be okay, because you're going to cherish it more. You're going to cherish it a lot. And you're going to work hard for it, not to obtain the outcome, but also you're going to be more willing to maintain it too. Just like when when you finally get a car paid off. You've been paying on this car for about 4 or 5 years, maybe longer, depending on what kind of car you got. You're not going to just say, well, shit, now I'm done making these car note payments. I'm going to just drive this car anywhere and not give a fuck. No. You're going to make sure you keep it clean. You're going to make sure you keep the maintenance up. You're going to take care of it. Because for those of you who know, when you done paying off a car, that's one of the greatest feelings you can experience. When you done paying off a car, it's like a whole different level of freedom. To me it is, at the least. But understand, sometimes it comes in pieces. And sometimes, in order to put those pieces together, it can be a struggle. Especially when you don't know what you're doing for real. Especially when you're not a handyman. You know what I'm saying? But you try really hard, and you like, damn, what this mean? And it say get this, measure it like this, and I don't even know what the fuck this measurement is. Like, now I got to go get this tool because I don't have this tool. I barely have tools. But guess what? Once you do whatever it say to do, and you get the final product, you're going to really appreciate it. You're going to really appreciate it more. It's okay. When you get your blessing or your manifestation, learn to say thank you, even when it comes in pieces. Learn to show gratitude, even when it comes in pieces. Because sometimes those pieces, when the God in the universe gives you things in pieces, that's your opportunity to really show them that you mean what you say when you said you wanted something. I really want this. I really feel like I deserve this. I really feel like I deserve that person. I really feel like I deserve this car. I really feel like I deserve that job. And so God in the universe will be like, all right, here you go. And you looking around like, damn, like, what the? You said you deserve it. It's a lesson in that shit. And until you are willing to put that shit together piece by piece, until you are willing to read that instruction manual and figure out how to put this shit together, you ain't gonna get the lesson. You're not really gonna feel the extent of how you should feel for obtaining it. In your mind, you like, I'm gonna be happy, I'm gonna be so grateful, but are you? If I gave it to you just like this, are you? Because sometimes in life, I realize that a lot of us tend to feel like if something is whole, then it's good. But it's flaws in all things. You see what I'm saying? It can be flawed. Just like when you ever went to go buy something from the store and you find out later on when you get home, you may open it up when you get home, or you may open it up a few days later and then you become disappointed because it's missing batteries or it's not working like it said it should work. But when you look at the product, you're like, okay, cool, like this is it. It looks put together. But when you really try to put that thing to work like it said it was going to work, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like judging the book by the cover. That's why you shouldn't judge the book by the cover. Sometimes it's better. There are times in life where it's better to receive things in pieces, and you put in the work, than it is for you to receive it whole. It's a lesson. There is lessons to be learned every time you put each piece together. And your gratitude for that thing, or your gratitude for that person, grows stronger. Because you put in work for it. You invested a lot of time and a lot of energy. And so once you finally get that shit put together, then you'll maintain it. You'll love it right. you'll maintain that car. You'll maintain your home. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to come to you in pieces. You're either going to put it together or you're going to complain about it because it didn't come the way you pictured it.